Alright, everybody, welcome to our first episode of our podcast of
Hi!
Unknown Name.
Yeah.
So-
We'll come up with something eventually.
Probably.
So-
Eventually.
We're gonna have a quick introduction. So I'm Rebecca. Some fandoms that I'm in case some of you guys would like to know. I'm Markiplier is a huge fandom kind of thing for me, even though he's not really a fandom. And gotten really big into Destiny, so if you guys want to hit me up on Destiny, let me know.
Rich.
Oh, I'm next. Okay. Hi, my name's Rich. Fandoms, my goodness. Too many. Rurouni Kenshin, Full Metal Alchemist, Metal Gear Solid, L5R.
You're done! You're done! We agreed on 3.
You agreed on 3. I never
That is a rule.
gave my
I am
consent to
putting
that.
my foot down.
Alright.
I love you, Rich. I love you, Rich. You can do it another time, I promise. When we start talking, we can let you talk for the next 15 minutes.
Every episode
Let you
can
start
have
talking.
one.
You've been talking. Go ahead.
Nina, who are you?
Oh, you just said my name, so...
You said mine.
I know, I did, but you already introduced yourself.
Go.
Okay, fine. Hi, my name's Nina. I'm in the Big Hero 6 fandom as of recently. I also love
Yes.
K-pop a lot. I know, right? And I'm also very into Markiplier. So, yeah, but I mean, we're gonna talk about the thing that the biggest fandom among all 3 of us at the moment. Yeah.
Which is Rooster Teeth. But before we get into that one, we also forgot our interesting facts, guys. So that's not cool.
I didn't forget. I got interrupted.
Oh, well then.
because Rebecca was like, Nina, you go, and I was like, okay.
Alright, well, I guess we can go after that, go individually after that. So my interesting fact is, the type 1 diabetic. So that's always fun, because you get to know someone from that. Anywho.
Rich?
My interesting fact is that I have more fandoms than I can possibly count, and it'll probably take me several episodes to get through them all.
My interesting fact is the fact that I can speak more than 2 languages.
Ew.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Fancy. I'm so fancy. Also, I'm into... Wait, no, we'll talk about that another time. It was like I was going to say something, I was like, no, we're going to say it another time.
Keep it. Leave some suspense.
Yeah. Leave some suspense for
Okay.
future episodes. Alright, so how we all met is basically a Rooster Teeth blog was started to hold a basically some gatherings for fellow Rooster Teeth people in your area, and I, Rebecca, sent a Skype group notification kind of thing to see if anyone in the Pennsylvania area would like to join into a Skype group where I met both Rich and Nina.
And a bunch of other people.
But sadly, they're not here.
Yeah.
I have a minor bone to pick with you, though.
Me?
Why?
Yes! Because you said Pennsylvania, and you didn't specify, and I feel so lonely out here in Pittsburgh when you all live on the other side of the state.
By the way, wait. I'm not even in the state, but I thought it was okay that I was very close because I'm in New Jersey. But guys, to all the people listening, there was a guy for some reason from England who decided, hey, of all the states I'll just join Pennsylvania, and he did.
He was gonna go to the Philadelphia meetup that we had. So that was kind of cool though.
Yeah, like 6 months ago.
What? Really? Was it? It was in July.
Was 6 months
Yeah,
ago.
it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Don't worry, Rich. I'll come visit you when I go back to college.
hope so. I feel neglected.
Oh, shush.
If you were neglected, you would have come, but you didn't. So.
No. I can't.
He's too far away.
I have, a full-time job and all that.
That too. And didn't we have it on like a Wednesday or something?
Yeah, it was not something that I could have gone to. Maybe sometime in the future.
Well.
Before I leave. Well, I'm not leaving, but I mean, like,
She means
I'm gonna go back over the summer. I'm gonna be going somewhere far away.
Far, far away.
No, baby Nina.
Yeah, I forgot. I am the baby of this group. We did not mention that I am the baby of this group.
She's the youngest of the Skype group, so she is called Baby Nina. The oldest is Rich, so he's...
So I call him Papa Rich.
Get off my lawn!
He's not that old, guys. He's not that old. But if you would like to think that he is that old, then go ahead, because I don't really care. We all love him.
Yes, we do.
Aww.
At least some of us, not all of us.
All right. So
well, okay, I guess I'll let you I'll let you guys play on my lawn a little bit.
I'm gonna dig up his dirt.
Do you even have a lawn?
Technically at the moment, no. I live in an apartment, but that's beside the point.
You can put stuff on the lawn. But anywho, so this episode is going to be more talking about Rooster Teeth. That's how we all met up. So I feel it's kind of appropriate to have that as our first episode. We're mostly just going to be talking about their recent stuff, like 10 Little Roosters,
Xray and Vav,
and a couple other
maybe
stuff.
a little things about Blazer Team from what we've heard. Maybe.
Yeah.
I am so looking forward to that.
That looks so awesome now.
I really hope that they won't be putting it out during the summer, because I am willing to go 2 hours in the cold to watch that movie if it means I can meet them.
12 miles in the snow, uphill both ways.
Yes, that.
They said they might have it in New York, so I hope I'll be able to go to New York for that. I don't care how far it is. By the way, I'm eating a pretzel, so I'm sorry if you can't understand me sometimes.
That's Nina for you.
Somebody needs to teach this girl some manners.
Somebody should teach you how to dress better.
What?
Oh.
Okay, then. Well, how do you?
Random.
How
It
do
was
you
just
come
a
back
random.
from that?
It was just a random thought. I was like, someone needs to teach you how to dress better. Someone needs to teach you how to dress better. Mario.
I was wondering when that was going to come up.
Hello.
I'm just really glad this isn't a video podcast. Anyway, weren't we going to talk about Rooster Teeth?
Yes, he would murder me on. He would murder me on camera.
None of us would be pretty good on camera. Anyway, but Rooster Teeth. So, 10 Little Roosters recently just ended. Initially, we were going to try to start this podcast about a month or two ago when 10 Little Roosters had just started. But,
we all see how well that turned out.
Yeah. But I still remember who I thought was going to be the survivor, who was going to be the killer, and all that kind of stuff. Because I thought the survivor was going to be Miles, and that the killer was going to be Ryan. I think it was Ryan. No, it was the guy who was dressed up as the Hobbit. I forget. Chris. Yes, I thought it was going to be Chris.
Wait. Disclaimer to all those listening: if you have not watched 10 Little Roosters, which I hope you guys have, please do realize we will be spoiling a lot of things.
Yes, we will be.
If you have not watched it yet, stop, pause the podcast right now, go watch it, and then come back. Do not continue until you have seen it, okay?
Yeah. It took maybe less than an hour. Those episodes were not long.
That's true. The last one was only, 5 minutes?
It might have been closer to 7.
I thought it would be longer.
Yeah.
Well, so, my prediction was that Miles would be the killer, and Lindsay would be the survivor. And, well, we know how that turned out.
Fantastic.
And for me, it was, my survivor was Lindsay, and my killer was Bernie. But the thing is, the first week, when we were guessing, I got that first one right. Funny thing was, I got after that, none of it was right. None of my predictions were right.
Same here. I would get 1 out of the 2 guesses.
I got about half of them right in terms of who was going to die and how. And unfortunately, most of the ones that I got right are the ones that I forgot to vote on time.
Same. But the thing was, I was so determined on the pun week, the week with the pun. Life imitated art thing. I was so determined that it was Barbara when it was actually Bernie. So I was the moment Bernie died, I was like, yep, everything's wrong. I am not going to get this anymore. I am not getting that.
I thought that pun one was amazing. I was like, oh, Miles is going to be a survivor. Da, da, da. And then the pun is that he couldn't run even a mile.
Yeah, that caught me by surprise
I never
too.
got that.
That was hilarious. I can't run in this. No, and then they play like RWBY soundtrack in the background, and he's
Yes,
like,
and
"I
he
can
has this
do
big
it."
dramatic moment, and nope.
Nope.
Hey, Rich, can you run a mile?
Yes.
Okay.
I couldn't. I could jog a mile, maybe not run a mile.
I would probably be collapsing and in pain afterwards, but I could do it.
There you go. I mean, yeah, it's that pun was just great though. Freaking Miles was great, and then Barbara, of course.
Barbara was actually very amazing.
Yeah, she did not give anything away.
Yeah, so that's probably
But in hindsight, I'm surprised by how well they did, because in hindsight it all makes sense.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy though that Ryan was the survivor. Like, I really did think that he was gonna die in Edgar's hole.
Oh my goodness.
I know,
That
I
was great,
also thought that was gonna end up really, like, I really did think he was gonna die at that time, and I was like, oh, right.
And then Adam
I guess
died.
I have my guess right.
And they pulled the switch, yeah. Although I'm not sure how anybody was supposed to guess that right.
Adam died in that one.
I think it was Gus.
What, in the Lost Air one?
When Ryan escaped the...
No, that was Adam getting choked while Miles was watching the screen and thinking that Monty was
Monty made new red versus blue stuff. Hey, I didn't see this before.
What was that week's thing with Adam? Adam?
It was one trepilogram, one ran out of air.
Yeah, that one.
Oh.
Yeah, and I mean
how are we supposed to guess that was Adam though?
Exactly. That's why actually they gave people credit if they guessed Ryan.
Did they really?
Yeah.
They did.
Oh, didn't you see that?
Because throughout the season, they kept pointing it to a certain person, but then there were also clues pointing to the actual person. So, like, Romeo was like, "Hey guys, I understand that the fact that it seems like it could be very possible that there could be that this death was very probable throughout because of like all the episodes leading up to it." And he said, we can, since everybody is doing so well and so whatever, I'll allow this week to have 2 deaths, even though there's only going to be 1 actual canon death.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So if you guessed Ryan, you would be correct.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
You would be counted as correct, even though it was actually Adam.
What's funny though is the fact that Rich actually did not get this the first time, and I had to explain it to him, but he didn't get it. So I was like, and now here's
just the way it was
explaining
worded was kind of confusing to me at the time. Anyway,
fair enough. How did he get out though? Did he like smash through the glass?
He just smashed the glass.
He smashed the glass.
He just legitimately just smashed that glass.
I think he said something like, wait a second, I'm not a cow. I have opposable thumbs. And so he grabbed something and smashed the glass.
Oh, okay, cool.
See, it wasn't that bad, so... I mean, he could have just gotten out of there.
Alright, well, just to keep things more toward everything, do you want to go through the poem, guys, one by one? I'll read
the what?
line. The poem that for Ten Little Roosters. So, like...
Oh my goodness, wait. Do you have a link for it? Because I want to do a dramatic reading.
I want to hear it in Miles' voice. By the way, guys, if you can't pick up, Rich actually does sound a lot like Miles. What's his name? Miles.
You just said it and you forgot about it.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, it depends, okay? I can do different voices.
You can do Jean very well.
10 little roosters, all gathered to dine. One choked on his rage, and then there were 9. Should I just keep going, or do you want to stop and actually talk about what happened?
We can talk about each one, yeah. Well, if you're eating, then I guess you can go down.
I assumed we were all gonna do the dramatic reading, but if we're just gonna talk about it, I'll finish.
Alright, well, I guess we could just talk about them one at a time. So, with this one, it was Michael's death.
Yeah, I mean, there was no guesswork here. This was just the introduction.
Yep, because he is, for anyone who doesn't really watch Rooster Teeth or anything like that, Michael has a show on Rooster Teeth called Rage Quit.
I think he was actually doing that before they hired him, and then they just got him to keep doing the show under their studio name.
I think they did, yeah. So he choked on his rage, but it was more like he was poisoned. What he got poisoned, right? It was poisoned.
Yeah, Barb put poison in the glass.
Okay, cool.
9 little roosters now running from fate. One tripped over themselves, and then there were 8.
Funny thing was, oh my god. Funny thing was, there was a lot of debate. When this episode came out, there was a lot of debate on whether or not it would be Chris or it would be Gavin, because if you don't watch Achievement Hunter, it would be sort of difficult to, but like they said instead of going Romeo's first hint after that week when you got it right, if you got it right, he said that instead of trying to go from the outside in, go from the inside and just stay in there.
Yeah.
So you could tell, like, tripped over themselves. What the first thing was, if you watched it, guys, I'm sure you guys know the fact that Gavin did have his clone. So if he tripped over himself or themselves, then
but at the same time, there was reference to Chris because he was dressed up in his Hobbit costume, tripping over his Hobbit feet, and
but there was
that was the red herring.
Yeah, that was the red herring. What was funny was I was actually gonna vote for him, but I thought it might be a possible red herring. I told myself, Nina, just go with your gut, because always my first thought always happened to be the right one. So I was like, okay, I'll just go with my first thought, which was Gavin. But then the weapon came in.
Yeah,
that was
a problem.
The razor mouse traps.
Threw it out. We were like, I don't know. I think I had put in Gavin in the creeper costume.
I think I might have done the same thing.
I was thinking, what is the most trippable thing that could possibly kill him? And I thought, okay, likely chance, the mouse traps might it. I looked at the slow-mo, the last two, because in the options, what I remember was the last two were both slow-mo. And I know that the first one was not possible to trip on, so I said, okay, whatever, I'll just pick the slow-mo thing, because Gavin's from Slow-Mo Guys, so whatever, And I got it right. I came back from a movie, from Big Hero 6 that time, and oh my god, I love that movie. We'll talk about that movie another time, and how much how pained I am at the moment. And so I came back from the movie and I watched it, and when I saw Gavin, I was like, oh my god. And then I saw him running, I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god, oh my god. And then I saw him trip, and I was a little sad inside, but then I was also very happy that I got it right. Sorry. We'll continue.
So moving on.
Anyway, sorry, I was taking too long. Let's go.
8 little roosters, 2 others in heaven. 1 was martyred, and then there were 7.
I completely forget who this guy was.
This is Chris. He had his Boromir moment. Oh my goodness, Chris. It was amazing.
It was.
I did not get it because I did not watch Lord of the Rings. So I'm sorry, I did not get this, guys.
I know I had said Chris, but I forget if I had said if it was by a sword or not.
I think, if I remember correctly, I guessed Chris, but I guessed that it would be I can't remember the weapon. Anyway.
What was his name was the sword's name? What was the sword's name?
Sting.
That.
And yeah, because the options included sting of a scorpion, sting of a blue ring jellyfish, and sting the sword.
So there was a lot of stings.
I just knew all I got was the person, because I knew that because Chris was just super crazy about his movie, I just assumed, well, there probably was somebody who martyred themselves, so I guess it's him.
Yeah. It wasn't even so much him being crazy about the movie, just his whole personality as he was presented. He wanted to be the hero.
Yep.
So
so that's how I assumed that's how we're gonna go about it.
7 little roosters, 1 liked to draw dicks. Life imitated art, and then there were 6. And this one ticked me off because
we all thought it was Barbara.
I also thought it was Barbara. This was the week where I just did not vote. After this week, I just did not vote.
I know I voted for this one, but I can't remember who I voted for. It was Gus, wasn't it?
I think it was no. Wait,
no. Well,
no. It was the
I
next
don't know
one.
who you voted for, but this one was Bernie, getting
Oh,
stung by the
right.
scorpion because of
He
and the
was
life
working on
imitated
a
art
movie.
part was because
Red versus Blue.
yes, Red versus Blue.
The scorpion.
It was a scorpion.
I'm failing at his name. Church. Church got killed by Sheila, who's a scorpion tank, but I don't know. I felt like that was a little much, especially if they were saying to just go from
the inside. Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like it required a little much outside knowledge, but I never actually went back because
Red versus Blue.
Yeah.
There was a conversation between Bernie and Ryan about.
Oh, there was. Yeah. Actually, there was, but it was a very obscure sort of thing that I didn't think much of it. But I guess if you were,
I didn't pick up on it at the time.
Yeah.
And I don't think he mentioned Scorpion. He mentioned he got killed by a tank.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't really think that that was technically art. You wouldn't really think that Red vs. Blue was art.
Excuse me.
No. From an outside perspective, I would have thought that maybe Red vs. Blue wasn't necessarily something that would have been considered art. Or it's not the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of art.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It caught me off guard because I was sure that Bernie was going to be the pun.
Right.
Yeah, same.
6 little roosters, some often streamed live. 1 died to scale, and then there were 5.
I was sure of this one. I definitely knew
I got
who
this
it
one
was
completely right.
I knew I would have gotten this right if I remembered to vote, but I did not remember to vote.
Yeah, this is one of those ones that I had exactly right and forgot to vote in time.
So wait, this one was Gus though, right? How did he die?
Yes.
This one was Gus.
Gus got impaled by the trident,
right.
and yeah, because in the first episode they talked about baby Gus getting stabbed by a fork.
Oh yeah, because it was on his
It was his picture.
Yeah,
it was the evidence.
The evidence that everyone else apparently had, except for Miles, because he kept on getting dicks, which is where we thought Barbara was going to die in the last one.
Which is actually why I thought he was the actual killer.
Yeah.
But.
Yep.
5 little roosters, 1 trapped in the floor. 1 ran out of air, and then there were 4. And this is the one we were talking about earlier.
Ryan got me angry. That entire episode, though, where he was trapped in the floor and he played it so well when he was losing air, it was amazing.
Maybe we'll talk about Ryan after the poem. We'll talk about Ryan after the poem and like his performance. You know.
Yes. Actually, I think he did a great job.
He did.
This is his first time ever acting.
Yeah, it is.
Well, he's done some voice.
And modeling.
He has done voice, but we've never seen like him do a short, have we?
No, I don't think we have. It's mostly been Michael or Gavin or Jeff.
Yeah, that's why it's it's his
Jack
first
and Ryan
time.
haven't done that either. Or Jack and Ray haven't done that either.
Yeah, Ray hasn't done one, but he has his own show. So what are you gonna say about that?
Fair enough.
And Ryan's just a bad guy. I love how they're really milking his persona.
Yeah.
As the Mad King? Oh, yeah.
It's great.
You're a bad king.
Excuse me. It's
King.
Mad King.
It's great. Alright, next one.
4 little roosters still trying to flee. 1 got what they wanted, and then there were 3.
This is one of the weeks where I really did not have any idea who it could possibly be.
I didn't either.
And
I knew I wanted it to be Lindsay.
I actually got it because there was all the stuff with Lindsay earlier wanting a cat to pet.
Yeah. See, I knew it was Lindsay. I just thought it was going to be with the money, where she would go to be able to get out or something.
Oh well, the money, because she was talking earlier about
with
about
Michael's over GameStop stuff.
His insurance.
Yeah.
Was it? Oh, okay. I thought it was GameStop stuff. I don't know.
Well, no. His will.
Right.
Just 3 roosters left. 1 died of a pun. The killer was killed. And then there was 1.
And of course, Miles died in this one. That was a great pun.
I was so sad because I was so sure he was actually the killer. Mostly because they tried so hard to make it seem like he wasn't.
See, as soon as Ryan had escaped from the floor, I knew that he was going to be the survivor. I was like, well, I'm done. We also didn't talk about that one in the last.
There was actually there wasn't really any indication after that where he could possibly be the killer.
Yeah.
Plus they Barbara kidnapped Miles, so.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, in the final episode, right from the get-go, they made it obvious that it was Barb.
Yeah, it's true, because at this episode, she kind of gave away everything that was going on.
Yeah, that's true.
But
And one died of a pun. From the beginning, I thought that was going to be Bernie.
Again, Bernie Burns.
Yeah,
Burns.
Bernie. But obviously it couldn't be after he died in an earlier episode, so I wasn't sure what was going to happen here.
Yep.
Yeah, I had no idea who the killer was from that point. I assumed it was going to be Adam because there was I did not believe there was any indication towards Adam, so I assumed it was going to be him. I thought Barbara was going to die from the pun, But,
yeah, that was kind of my assumption too, because she's the pun master.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but then she didn't really make any puns throughout. Did she? She didn't make a lot of puns.
No, she didn't. And actually, they called that out in the last episode. That was her whole, I have transcended puns.
Yeah.
And I've risen to a higher level.
And Ryan was also
just like I've transcended humanity.
Yes. Well, the creeper costume I thought was kind of weird, because, like, how is it lined with explosives?
I mean, it's probably it's the Shorts universe.
Yeah.
Plastic explosives.
Probably.
You can shape them into any possible space. But honestly, the whole thing is kind of ridiculous from start to finish, so you don't have to expect it to actually make sense.
Yes, but in a sense,
it has its own internal logic. I should say,
yeah,
it does make sense in and of itself, but it doesn't. Real world logic doesn't always apply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the ending scene where Ryan's able to actually escape, and that scene was really well done. Like, I loved that scene to pieces.
I think my favorite part was all the bloopers during the credits.
Oh yeah, I love that part. Wait, have you guys seen when he kissed the lion head? And I was like, God,
yes,
dang my life.
I was
except
dying.
It was a puma.
I was very envious of that lion head.
I think all of the ladies were probably a bit.
All the single ladies, by the way.
All the single ladies.
Probably some of the guys too.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
those who are interested in those who swing both ways or that way.
There you go. But they played that Mad King part pretty well when he put on the. Was it? I feel like it was a Burger King hat, but I know it was just made from paper.
Probably something made from paper that they just made.
Yeah.
I think it was a custom prop for his crown to go with the kilt and match his whole Minecraft look.
Oh yeah,
I love the fact that he finally got around to wearing a kilt.
Me too.
Would like to see him walking around RTX like that. No, can you just imagine just any of the days he just walks around in a kilt?
That would be hilarious.
I would be scared for him because I would be afraid that some crazy fans would.
Oh my God, they'll use the selfie stick. There's been I don't know what it's called, but there's been like when the selfie stick first came out, everybody was like, "Oh, you think they can put this up? Take pictures that you shouldn't be taking pictures of." Like, there's been some talk of that, but like, I don't think anybody's really done that before.
I would be shocked if it hasn't happened already.
Yeah.
Just because human nature is, unfortunately, what it is.
Well.
Okay. I mean.
Moving on. Xray and Vav.
Xray and Vav. 4 episodes. I feel like they could have gone a little longer, but I know.
I really wish there was more.
I felt a little disappointed. I did not realize there was only going to be 4 episodes.
I don't think anybody did.
I'm pretty sure everyone thought it was going to be longer.
Yeah, I was expecting at least 6.
I was expecting they would introduce what they normally did with other episodes, where they would introduce a new enemy every time, and it just got subsequently harder, a more difficult villain until they reached the final guy. Should we spoil stuff for this or no?
Nah.
Well, it's done and over with for a couple weeks now. So
no, I know, but what if somebody hasn't watched it yet?
Once again,
I mean,
if you have not watched Xray and Vav, all 4 episodes, stop listening, pause, walk away, go watch it, and then come back. Okay, you have been warned.
Yes.
Okay, so I mean the core pirate. I assumed they were gonna go with subsequently harder more difficult. I also thought that, there would be an episode where they would arrest Xray and Vav for whatever they would do.
Yeah.
Like, just something, and then they would have Birdie and Joel come in for that.
Oh, that would have been great. But hey,
I was waiting for Mogar. Everyone was waiting for Mogar to come in.
Why?
Because it is painfully obvious that so many people were waiting for Mogar and Michael to come in to help them with someone. But it was just amazing that I was okay, not amazing.
Oh,
but I was
wait,
dying when they didn't do it.
I think I just realized this too. I realized when I was watching the final thing, Ray mentioned his papa, and I was like, what if they had his, from the WWE thing, his dad come in, his quote unquote dad come in, and
they might do that. They might do that.
That's what I was thinking. They might do that. I'm calling it right now that they're gonna do that at some point.
That'd be pretty cool if they did.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obviously that the reason they only made the 4 episodes was they weren't sure how well it was going to do, and so they didn't want to invest too much in it, and they wanted to just put out these 4 episodes and see how popular it was before they decided to make more.
Yeah.
There was some talk about their voice actors, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me being simple-minded because I'm very easily impressed depending on what it is, especially when it comes to Rooster Teeth. There was some talk about their voice actors and all that, but I didn't see anything wrong with it. I was just like, it's Xray and Vav. That's their whole thing.
Yeah. The only voice that kind of threw me was Jeff, and I completely understand. It's his character. The core pirate is him from the WWE thing.
I know, but I felt like it wasn't exactly the best of the best pirate impression that he could have had,
Well, it's Jeff. I don't know that his voice is necessarily suited for that.
Yeah. But then again, the fan base would probably go crazy.
Oh, if it wasn't him, absolutely.
Jeff.
Yeah, like I said, it's his character. He had to be the one voicing him. But I think that might be where some of the complaints come from.
No, there was I saw some complaints on the Reddit about Xray, about Ray and Gavin's quote unquote inexperience, because but then that's also the same thing how RWBY came about. Like, they weren't exactly the best, but they were characters based off of the person. Mm-hmm. So who better than to have that person? Except Aaron. I don't know where they got Blake from, because Aaron is a sweetheart from what I could see from her videos.
Well, actually, my understanding is Yang is the only one who was actually based on, like, Barb. Yang was based on Barb. The other characters, I think Monty came up with whole cloth, and then they just cast whoever they thought fit best.
Really? I thought, whatever. Well, I don't know. I'm wrong then. I don't know.
We could go back and listen to the DVD commentary again.
the one character.
If we can even afford it, some people can't afford it.
Well, if you happen to visit sometime, I could let you watch mine.
There you go.
No, I'm just gonna order it online. I'd rather order it online.
Oh, I see. You'd rather not have to deal with me.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just joking, Rich.
Oh.
The baby has left the nest.
You're such a brat sometimes, Nina.
I know, right? That's my persona now. That's my persona in the podcast. Your brat.
Yes, well.
Not like you're any better.
The only character I kind of had a problem with in the entire Xray and Vav thing was Rusty Bonjour.
Where did he come from? That's my question.
Who was voicing him? I meant to check.
Gray.
It's Gray Haddock.
Yeah, it's Gray.
Okay.
And I'm right.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, I can hear Gray's voice.
See, everyone thought it was Ryan, and I was like, no, that's not Ryan. And then
definitely
came, and I was like, yeah, it's definitely not Ryan.
I thought he did a great job with it.
I still think, as much as he did a way better job. Also, Lindsay, you could just tell it was Lindsay. Anybody could tell it was Lindsay. If you listen enough, you know it's Lindsay.
It was actually fun to hear her doing a voice as closer to her usual voice instead of the high pitched girly that she does for RWBY.
Yeah, that's true.
It was fun. I enjoyed it a lot.
I enjoyed it a lot too.
It was good 4 episodes. I think it's just everyone wanted it to be a little bit longer.
Everyone wants more, which is actually a good move on their part. It's better to leave people wanting more and have that demand.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
Especially the first time when RWBY came out. Remember, there were the episodes were much shorter. Now they had like 10,
Now they have like
10
10,
minutes
15
plus.
minutes.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I still want more. I still love that part. Although the fan service when it with Team, how do you say that? Team CFVW.
Team Coffee?
Coffee. That's how you say it.
Yeah.
Okay, Team Coffee. You know, some people were complaining about that final thing because how could like some people were talking about how like RWBY can't beat like Team RWBY can't beat a single thing, like a single Grim, while like Team Coffee is like all on their own except for
Well, they're
Velvet.
seniors. They're much more experienced.
That was my argument.
And yeah, Team RWBY
That was
are
honestly
first
my
years,
argument.
and actually they've kicked a lot of ass already. So
They did,
it was
yeah.
it was actually nice. I thought it was
Although-
nice to see them in a situation where they needed help
Yeah, I was also
to show
very,
that they still have room to grow.
Yeah, I also liked because the thing was in the beginning of the year, I always thought, wow, they're pretty overpowered, you know, like they're pretty so on and so forth, you know. I guess they're prodigies or whatever, you
Yeah.
know. But like, it was good to see like Yang getting, you know, with Neo again. Another spoiler from this point on. Spoilers, you know. Actually, no, we already spoiled the finale, but it was very nice to see a fight where Yang was definitely. It was very evident that not all four of them could not beat who they were fighting. Like,
Well, at least
you know,
without
it
some
shows-
help.
at least
Blake
without some
against
help.
Roman, that was amazing.
Yes, that was also amazing. But think about it. With the first fight between both of them, Sun was with her.
Yeah, and then Penny came in and just OP BS
Yeah, OP.
everything.
Yeah, because well, Penny is a robot. Again, another spoiler. Big spoiler.
How could you? She's a real girl, I tell you.
Very sad, but
Calm the F.
Yeah.
Calm down, John.
John. I was like, are you joking me? You know, I told earlier when we were fighting, I was very angry over. I think I was angry over something with Miles. I think it was the finale for Red versus Blue or something. It was one of the episodes of Red versus
boy.
Blue, and at this point we had already talked to each other. Like we already heard each other's voices. Like Rich, I was like, wow, he really does sound like Miles, so on and so forth. Like we could not stop talking about that, and then I got angry about Miles when I said we could just kill him and replace him with Rich. Like nobody would be able to tell.
I think Aaron would probably be able to tell.
I know, that's what I was saying. I'm just like, Well, we'll
So
get you some
what
plastic
you
surgery.
need to do, the first stage of your scheme needs to be to split them up somehow.
Yes.
And I
Me
feel
and
really
Rebecca are just
awful
like, yeah.
just for saying that.
Yes, we're very awful people. Let's not talk about
I
that.
didn't mean it.
In
Please.
case Aaron, I'm
They're both
sorry. I'm a very
sweethearts.
big fan of you.
They are. Everyone in the Rooster Teeth and the Rooster
Oh,
Teeth
there's also
office are
been some. Did you
sweethearts.
guys know there was some speculation over Barbara and Aaron Marquis?
About
Oh?
Yeah, there's been some speculation because in the past few pictures that they've posted, it's been with each other. So there has been some speculation, but of course,
Oh,
nothing
boy.
official.
boy.
Now this is turning into celebrity gossip.
Now it's just drama.
Yeah, it's just. I'm just saying. I was very aware when I saw the pictures. I looked at the comments and I was like, oh, she's dating Aaron. I bet she is. Blah 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 blah. And I was like, date whoever she wants.
See, don't
Yeah, some of the fans do get a little creepy sometimes.
It gets creepy because, well, I had a conversation. If John was here, he would help me. John is another one of our friends that we've mentioned before, that we've talked to before in the Skype group.
You need to be a little more precise with your pronunciation
Sorry,
to clarify
I'm not-
John or Jean.
John. 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 Not Jean.
Jaun.
Jean in RWBY is Jaune.
I'm sorry.
Jean from RWBY versus John from Rooster Teeth.
And
You have to draw out the J when you're saying Jean. You have to make it Jean.
Yes,
Not John.
that's why I said John.
Okay.
That's why I said John, guys.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to be angry.
Okay.
I'm not.
Well,
I'm not.
let's talk some about Red versus Blue for a little bit, shall we? The last
Oh,
season.
gee. I wonder what you want to talk about.
What does she want to talk about?
Season
Okay,
12.
so for everybody listening who doesn't know our dear leader, she is obsessed with
With
Felix
Felix.
from Red vs. Blue.
love
He is
Felix.
her icon. He is her desktop background. He's everything to her. And it's honestly, I sometimes
dies,
think
I'm
we
gonna
might
kill
need to stage a
someone.
little bit of an intervention.
No. If he
Actually, I
dies,
think we
I'm gonna
do.
kill someone.
I think she's gonna kill somebody over Felix.
If-
Oh no,
if he
I think she's
dies.
gonna. No, like I think I have a feeling she's probably gonna be the one to initiate our plan with Miles, with like kill Miles and replace him with Rich.
Wait
So
a
she
second.
was-
What?
No, I have a feeling she'd be the one. Like in any case, if Miles kills him off, if he's the writer for the next
Oh.
season, like she will be the like if he kills her off, she will be the one to initiate. Let's kill Miles. Like let's kill Miles Luna and replace him with our Rich.
But okay, well, Miles though he is the voice of Felix.
Yeah,
So-
but that's why we have Rich.
That would be his saving grace at that point.
Yes, basically, if any of his writing decisions are things that Rebecca doesn't like, and she
Or
decides
me.
to try and get revenge, all he has to do
Is
is use
kill
the
Felix.
Felix voice.
What if he does, but he
Oh,
doesn't know
God.
that?
Well,
Well, being rather a large fan of him myself, I would make sure and let him know.
oh god, Rich, don't kill me. Don't kill me through killing Felix. But
I make no promises.
See the Jean voice.
There you go.
There.
yeah.
The
Well
Jean
done.
voice.
See, besides all of that, season 12 ended.
Sorry.
What, October? I think it ended in October. Yeah.
Was it that recently? Man, it
yeah.
feels like longer ago.
What is?
I know.
What is?
The
Is
ending
there?
of season 12.
Oh yeah, it feels like it's been longer.
So, with season 12, the Federals versus the New Army are
The New Republic.
New
Fed
Republic.
versus
I
New.
apologize. Fed versus New.
I
They-
did not. By the way, guys, I did not realize that pun until after, like 2 weeks after, and they had to explain it to me.
Yeah, and meanwhile, there were people calling that out from the previous season after they introduced the Federal Army, of course, and the New Republic.
Yeah.
I don't read the comments, okay?
Well, the big thing with season 12 was at the end where they were trying to figure out who was making these calls to Locust and Felix. See, every time I say Locust,
Control.
I want to say Locust. with a
That's
T
what I
at the
always
end,
do.
Locust.
but it's Locust.
But no.
And they figured it out at the very end. They found out it was Control. So
Well, they
made
found
it-
out who Control was. They knew
Right.
they knew Control was what they were calling them, but
Yeah. I don't
Who's
remember who
Control again?
specifically that guy was though.
the chairman
Yeah.
from
The-
have you
the
not
Blackbeard?
watched the re-series?
Okay. Here's my thing. I've been trying to rewatch the entire stuff. I completely forget some of the stuff that happened.
Yes, you forget things.
Yeah, seasons 6, 7, and 8.
Wait, who's the chairman again?
Rich,
I forgot.
you're being our teacher.
There's just a lot of characters. There's a lot of inside jokes. No, Rich, I was
Okay,
doing it
so-
in 4 days.
If anybody hasn't watched Red versus Blue,
Please stop and watch all of them.
through all 12 seasons at this point, either go watch it now or just give up and accept the fact that there are going to be spoilers, because at this point it's kind of impossible to
But
avoid
then
them.
again, because there's
We've
just
kind of
so
already
many
spoiled some
episodes,
things.
they're probably gonna forget. They're probably gonna forget the spoilers.
I didn't forget it.
Well, anyway, so
Really? Sorry.
Chairman is the guy who basically gives missions to everyone.
No, okay. In seasons 6, 7, and 8, the re-series, Reconstruction, Recreation, and Revelations.
There's a lot of R's in these things. RWBY, Reconstruction, Rooster Teeth.
Red versus Blue.
Rich.
I like
Rich,
it.
you're not a part of Rooster Teeth. Stop it.
We all
Maybe
wish.
someday. No, actually, I have other plans. But anyway, the background to those seasons was the conflict between the director of Project Freelancer, who
Oh, and the chairman.
and the
That
chairman with the UNSF, UNFS,
UNSC.
Yes,
UNSC.
UNSC. The chairman of the UNSC oversight committee that was supposed to be investigating Operation Freelancer. And it was set up to make it look like the director was the bad guy and the chairman was just trying to make things right. But what we now know is that the chairman was only interested in lining his own pockets by using the conflict between the Project
Director.
Freelancer and the insurgents, which he was actually sponsoring. And now all this fighting on Chorus is because, big spoiler, because he was hiring the chairman
Mercenaries.
was hiring the mercenaries to salvage all the technology from Project Freelancer.
Oh!
And
Felix
yes.
wants to get a giant billboard-sized TV
Yes.
with all that money.
And, yeah, and so that's what that was about.
He was trying to get stuff, the freelancer stuff.
Yeah, all the freelancer technology, and that's why they crashed the ship that the Reds and Blues were on because it was also carrying some of that technology.
Stuff. But because of, and they were supposed to die, but because of everybody's idiocy, they basically managed to survive.
Yes.
So that was a thing. Also, I felt really sad because that was the end of season 10. Like, that's how season 10 ended. Spoiler. Well, and I was still recovering from that, final scene with Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And that scene just, like, it stuck to me. Like, that is one of the reasons why I don't want to go back and watch it again, but I have to.
Aww.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing now to just go back and watch every single episode of anything that they're about to start again.
Yeah. I don't mind it at all because I am an emotional masochist and I enjoy stories that make me cry, and I am not ashamed to say that scene and a few other scenes in Red vs. Blue made me bawl like an infant.
But what else made you bawl? That was the only thing that made me bawl, actually. Like, that was the only scene that, like, made me really want to cry. Like, it invoked emotion in me. I mean, I was angry at some parts, but I was never really, like, passionate like I was that scene.
Right.
And see, for me, that's what makes a story worthwhile, is if it can evoke that sort of passion, that emotional response in me. That's why, I mean, when I go and list off my fandoms, the vast majority of those, the reason why I am such a fan is because they've made me cry at some point.
Oh my goodness, I cried. By the way, the reason why I'm into Big Hero 6 is because it made me cry 3 times in one sitting, and I still want to cry.
Yes, that movie.
It is a pretty good movie. So, alright, we've been probably talking a bit too much, but we have probably overfilled your ears with Rooster Teeth information, and probably your minds with all the spoilers. So we hope this episode wasn't too long for you guys. Obviously, if you'd like, you can subscribe, like the video or like the podcast, whatever. It'd be greatly appreciated. We'll know that you guys like it. We have yet to figure out a name. We had a very kind of rather.
So if you have any suggestions,
podcast name, yeah. So if you can give us suggestions, it'd be really great. It'd be really appreciated. We'd love it. So hopefully you'll tune into our next episode, which will be coming out in another week. So we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Ta-ta.